remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Juggernaut.
Seconds remaining.
Inba spirit.
You may now select your heroes. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Разрывать. Ну, может быть, действительно команда в следующий раз будет еще больше регистрироваться, пока ничего не знаем. Начинается вторая карта этой битвы VP.Prodigy и HellRaisers. Давайте же ее посмотрим и послушаем.
Спасибо, коллеги. Все еще Гудхант и Бафик у микрофонов. Мы продолжаем наблюдать матч HellRaisers против VP.Prodigy. И надо сказать, что первая карта для HellRaisers наконец-то удалась. Потому что до этого в десайдер-турнире все было как-то не то и все не так. Тут на фоне, конечно, возможно, молодых оппонентов, но они смотрелись хорошо.
Ну, это первое, на фоне молодых оппонентов. Но нельзя игнорировать то, что они принимали решение там этого же Фуриона загнобить. Судя по всему, все-таки читали интервью, понимали, так, ребят, это угроза, от нее нужно избавиться. Там очень много внимания ему уделилось, и мы видим, что на второй карте Фурион появляется, но Селебри на него уже не садится играть.
Да и вообще, видишь, они второй раз его законтрили на линии. Вот я как раз говорил про основные герои против Фуриона, которые, да, это и Котл.
Prepare for battle.
Now that the Ancients take a lot more damage, magic damage, you can farm those up. No, gone are the days of stacking, but go ahead.
Well, no, that got nerfed, by the way, guys. I know that you guys read the sticky napalm. Now deal half damage to the Ancients. Does not stop the Bad Rider from doing the exact same thing.
It doesn't. It's still a ton of damage.
Yes.
And the point I bring up there, though, is that the Bat Rider is going to be off to a pretty slow start, and the Bat, along with the Earth Spirit, are really the tempo bringers here for HellRaisers. Is going to be my only concern with that Juggernaut being based, or with them not following your advice of perhaps running the Bat Rider in the mid lane and picking something else like the Slarda or whatever else they wanted.
Yeah, that is a good. I mean, that brings you a bit more team fight in the late game, right? Or damage in the late game, because Ember can build up as a carry, so it's useful as well. But of course, the laning is going to be a bit more difficult, which gives VPP a chance to kind of beat you early, hopefully hunt down the TP. They have a really good lineup to hunt him down.
That's kind of that's what I think they're going to try and do. Other than that, I look very similar to last game. Even if the Wraith King does get farmed, or in this scenario, even if the Jug does get farmed, I don't know how you go toe to toe versus that TP.
Yep, no, I agree.
And that's really the concern here. We'll see. I think Ember might need to consider a little bit of an earlier build just to be able to bring a bit of tempo. We did see, I mean, as we do see in the CIS region, they do like to gank opposite in terms of what we usually see compared to other regions. So that could potentially be used to try and get a little bit of a better start here too. The TB boost his farm. Maybe you just go top anyway once you have Lasso and get a free kill there. I think there's a lot of possibilities. It's not going to be the end of the world just because the Juggernaut exists, but it does make the game a little bit more difficult. HellRaisers are going to have to address this, and I'm really eager to see how they choose to do so.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. I think this game is definitely... I like the strategy for both teams a bit more. I think they're more even in what they're trying to do. They both have a solid... most points of the game. It's not like one point where I'm thinking, oh, HellRaisers is limited now, or VP.Prodigy is limited. That's not going to happen. So there's going to be a bit more of an even game overall. But I'm kind of concerned for the TB, though. Honestly, the Darkseer matchup makes you want to die. Because you have to just be super precise with your with how much you tank about the Iron Shell and your last hits to make sure that you don't take any extra damage. Level 1 Iron Shell sucks, but level 2 is when it really becomes
It's true.
threat.
Yeah, you need 2 level 1 Iron Shells to do really any damage, but we can already see Kuman. He's prepared for this, though. Starting off with 2 stacks of the Tangos, so of his own Tangos, that is. Didn't steal them from the supports. Needs them to be off cooldown. Metamorphosis used. His Force Major might be in some trouble here. He actually took a point in the bash, so he can't even charge away. He's continuing to chase after this core here, but nice job there, actually. Just continuing to run. The dual breath slow doesn't last that long, and Kuman is still slow as hell, even though they did reduce they removed rather the 20% move speed slow you used to get with meta active. Doesn't really matter.
It's interesting to go for the bash, because I wouldn't say that this is a lane where, like, bash is when you want to trade in the lane, and charge is when you're thinking more potential. Most times I would say bash is actually the better choice, but I think in this lane, considering you really just can't trade, like, there's a point where the meta is on, you're just done for, right? So you're useless in the lane, and you're stealing off a lot of experience from Celebrity.
Yeah, we're guaranteed on this one. No, the guaranteed on this one. There it is. Yep.
What a prediction. What a caster.
Yeah, well, you know. I'm announcing my retirement. I'm going to become a professional poker player now with my prediction on that one. This one's going to be blackjack. That's not poker, but still, you know what I mean.
I'm glad you're not a professional poker player. You decided to become caster instead. Slightly better at that.
Well,
the TP doesn't seem to be struggling too much, though, to be honest, despite the difficult matchup. Maybe because of the lack of the charge, though. Once you hit level 3 on Darkseer, we'll see the real lane start up for them.
And he's close already.
Yep. Jakiro's been doing a really good job, by the way. When you're playing a support that against a Darkseer that has a core that's not very good against Darkseer, the best thing you can do is kite the creeps yourself. Jakiro has enough HP to tank that Iron Shell, no problem, and he's been doing that for quite a while to make sure the Terrorblade is still full HP. Okay, that was an interesting charge.
Yeah, just looking to do a lot of damage with the creep, I suppose. Alrighty, in the mid lane then, taking a look at the 2 elder of the 4 brothers we have in the game. And
that's true.
Yeah, you can tell by the lengths of their beards. And this is going to be, 15-5 compared to the 13-3. Just about even here.
So that's why Storm has a mustache?
Yeah, exactly.
Because mustache is for young people?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're exactly right. That's why I can't grow a beard and I make the stupid jokes between the 2 of us.
I don't know if my beard kind of is growing a beard. Bottom, there's a kill going on. There's a kill going on Terrorblade because they're trying to finish him off. Vanscore, though, very nice body block, or maybe their body blocked him instead. Yeah, they're going to kill him in the end. Not needed, by the way. Even if he didn't have the bash, it would still been fine. Top lane, though, they do the same. Resolution goes, I can't kill a Juggernaut, no problem. I'm gonna burn you to the ground and just profit. Resolution is,
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Very good Kuman down bottom. I'm surprised that, I mean, I guess that's the power of the Spirit Breaker like you're talking about. Very, very tanky. When we talk about how Jakiro is tanky, doesn't even hold a candle. Well, it probably holds a little bit of a candle, but not a very bright one here versus the Spirit Breaker, who's already clocking in at 900 HP, just at level 3. No bonus stats there, so that's just what Ice Frog has gifted him there, compared to the 860, again with no bonus stats, so not too far behind this Jakiro.
And on the 6th day, Ice Frog made a tanky cow.
He did.
And he allowed him to charge all over the map. And all was good.
Speaking of charging, he's going to be heading mid lane now towards the Ember Spirit. Aether Remnant perfectly placed, though, will connect. Nice job there on the boulder smash from the middle child.
That is always something that you want to do, by the way, against the... one of the advantages, sorry, that Void Spirit has against these heroes like Puck or Ember, who has this moment of vulnerability or invulnerability. Usually it's great for dodging spells, but it sets up perfectly for the Aether Remnant. So if you're an experienced Void Spirit player, you know how to punish them. And usually the best way to deal with heroes like Ember, Puck, and lane as Void Spirit is to get ganks in and try to play extra aggressive to use your better kill potential against them. As you can see, though, Young G, very smart, did not go for the kill potential build, went for the farming build and the more lane consistency build with the Flame Guard maxed first.
Yeah, I think that definitely makes sense here, especially because it will allow you, like you said, go in jungle. You're not really going to be guaranteed safe passage in this lane as soon as level 6. The same could be said, however, for the Void Spirit, but because they have the better gankers with the Spirit Breaker naturally, it's going to be a little bit more advisable with Tiet in the jungle. They're going to be coming now for Rezo. It's a 4-man gank into the triangle here at the 5-minute mark. Force Major, though, is going to try here for Rezo as they might look to turn here. Plenty of magic damage as now Young G will join the fun. Looking for a bash. Will be Force Major, but unable to find one.
All right, that was nice rotations. I like how both Rezo and Young G knew they just have to converge there to make sure they could fight this, and they don't lose Rezo in the process. They've wasted a fair amount of resources, but Jug is recovering by taking some stacks that I think were meant for Rezo. I don't know if you saw there. That was like a 2 or 3 stack for the neutrals. Celebrity could be in trouble, a bit of slow, but yeah, you can't do anything in Surge.
Well, can you? Because it doesn't last that long in the early levels.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, I like it. There's the Earth Spirit ready, and Celebrity is stuck. He only has level 1 Surge.
Oh, wow, look at damage.
The damage from the TP is really high, but that vacuum almost killed him. In comes Force Major, hoping to turn this around, but it didn't work out, and Kuman just wants a secondary kill. That's for now. They're going to punish him for it. He thought you were a strong, tanky cow, but the TP deals way too much damage.
Yeah, nicely done there. And really, the Earth Spirit could afford to rotate on over because that rate is already up to level 6. He's up to a pretty respectable start here, despite not having such a great lane. He's finding farm elsewhere on the map thanks to his very balanced just Firefly and Sticky Napalm build, just able to farm basically wherever he pleases. And he's doing a great job of that. 600, 700 gold here already in the bank, making decent progress towards the Boots of Travels, and then we're going to start to see him just be incredibly annoying everywhere here at once for VPP.
Let's see. The Boots of Travel does make the barrier more than a one-trick pony with a lasso, so that's why it's always much more useful than the traditional. Well, that's why Blink Daggers are not even that common of a pickup anymore.
No,
they usually go BKB after.
Exactly.
To become a more tanky hero. The issue is that ever since the Ancient nerf, the Ancient Strat nerf for that rider, it is still possible to do it, but it's much better if you're a mid laner. As an off laner, the recovery is much harder because you don't get as many levels early.
I see what you're saying, yeah.
So it is more difficult because whenever you stack Ancients, of course, you're hoping that the enemy team is not going to take him in time.
Yeah. And neutral bounties don't increase anymore.
Yep.
So if the earlier you farm them, the more efficient you're actually being. So
that's true.
You're completely right? If you can farm them at level 8, you get level 8 faster in the mid lane, as already it's going to be a level 8 Void Spirit, level 6 Void Spirit rather, ganking the younger brother. Counter rotation from Young G versus 3 heroes here. They shouldn't be able to really kill him, and well, he can't kill them.
No, but Young G's staying to create pressure.
Yeah, push out the way.
That was a good stun, but a vacuum. Young G's like, I'm going to just murder you, my brother.
Oh, this is an interesting build actually on the Darkseer.
Okay, I love this build. I've actually been theorizing this build for a while. Watch my stream, please. No. Young G trying to get away. I'll talk about this in a second. And the Earth Spirit will try with a Boulder Smash. They catch him with a couple Iron Shells. Yeah, it's very difficult to deal with this. And the last Aether Remnant will hit. That is Fratricide. And a second Fratricide. That was a beautiful vacuum into a double Iron Shell. He's not fast enough. He has no remnants. Young Jack needs the Flame Guard. He's going to burn them instead. But those Iron Shells, no, they're not strong enough. Yeah, that's close, though.
Yeah, well, that's close.
Right, so The build I was talking about, Darkseer, I actually theorizing for this a while. I actually usually like the Helm first as well, as opposed to Necronomicons, but I think this is fine, which is the Zoo build with Darkseer, but with the Aghanims. Now that you can actually get double Iron Shell pretty much on your Necronomicon creeps, it's very powerful, and it makes Darkseer, it's a very different playstyle. So the idea of this Darkseer is not so much playing around the team fight, and getting the vacuum combo and everything. You're not the aura carrier as much. You're a Darkseer that plays much more similar to a Beastmaster, where you have a good amount of damage, you can easily solo kill heroes, and your idea is to just target one hero, bring him down with your vacuum into the Iron Shells. And it's very effective, genuinely.
Yeah, I mean, the second point in the vacuum here seems to suggest that's exactly what the idea is here, right?
Yep.
Normally, you
I love this build.
a single point in there for the value just to cancel a TP, and then max the surge after the Ion Shell. But it does sound really promising here, I'm not going to lie. Double Ion Shell is probably the closest that Ember Spirit has ever felt to being on fire. And now, in fact, they are going to be turning, sucking him right back in with the vacuum after the quick bash up from Force Major, but he's got the Remnants behind the Tier 1 tower.
Young G is like talking to his team, like, did Darkseer used to do this much damage? Is this normal? Well, what is happening to my HP? I have Flame Guard, right?
Yeah.
It's Darkseer, the Iron Shell has been really built. That's why this hero's been more experimented on. I think he pulls sleeping on this hero. I think he's one of the better offlaners of the meta.
So what do you go for the Axe?
You do. You rush the Axe as soon as possible.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, you go Necro 1 ideally. Axe, because the idea is to farm with the Necros, right? You don't need more levels. You can max Necros if you want to deward, it depends. But the idea is to go for more of a you being tanky build. This is a mistake by the Darkseer, though. They're going to punish him for that.
Flame Guard now ending, though. He's going to need to run away. Although now only a single Ion Shell. Yeah, I mean, I could see it here. It's a little weird, but I like it.
I like the option of going for this game, like Shivas, for example, is really nice for this build as well. That kind of like extra build damage. So you're looking to be like a tanky hero, but with a bit of extra damage. I even tried it with Octarine Core, which kind of works actually. Like there's a lot of variability. You adapt to the game. Like this game, you could even go for something like Heaven's Halberd just to deal with the TB, for example. Shivas is great, and this build is really good against illusion-based heroes. So it's particularly great against TB.
Quick item check here at the 10-minute mark. I think they are fighting down bottom. Indeed, a 3-man dive for the Jakiro. Macropyre is dropped, but you're not supposed to fight in the Macropyre, but you can fight in level 1 Macropyre. That's fine.
It's not ideal to drop it like that because I think Jakiro there was playing the dead lane, of course, and he was hoping to push the dead lane out. Macropyre is great at doing that. You can just drop it and go, but instead he's forced to use the Macropyre earlier, which means he can't de-push that lane, and they get a tower for free, which is not great.
Yeah.
It's a waste of your dead laning time, essentially.
Notice is just going to have to pop out of the jungle, give notice to the Ember Spirit that this tower is being defended, and that he does now have level 10, including that Omni/Course, which I don't believe we've seen yet this game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we also have not seen a Flaming Lasso. Hold on that thought. There's a charge coming mid, but unfortunately they're not going to be able to catch the Ember.
No, nobody's going to die, but the push is continuing for VPP, and they seem to want to play this even more aggressively. I mean, this Darkseer build is perfect, by the way, with NP. Has a really nice synergy with them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. NP, by the way, going for the mechanism here. A little bit fur off, but should be able to get plenty of regen to his team and sustain. There's a better Macropyre. He's going to do some damage, push him away from the tower, nuke the wave as Rezo, with the Boots of Travel, perhaps looking to kidnap someone here. Carl, precariously just using the shovel there.
I gotta admit, this Immortal is very confusing to me, because I always think there's a fissure that's on fire. That's always, I always don't try to go through the Macropyre because I think it's a fissure on fire for some, like you drop the Macropyre on top of a fissure. It's very confusing to me. The stones make it really weird.
We did confirm though on a previous guest that you are colorblind, so perhaps that has something to do with it. Perhaps not.
I don't know, that's true.
I could never tell which one is Rubik's Bloodright and which one is Bloodseeker's.
Right, because it doesn't change color though.
It doesn't change color. Even with the Rubik Arcana, they look the same. They're both like a really ugly brown color. Yang-Chi is going to be building into the physical damage Ember Spirit, which I prefer to see. Actually kind of mixed damage here, right, with the Maelstrom, but also aiding with the Sleight of Fist. Looking to fake a ward here. It's going to be Force Major, but they have found now the Darkseer. Fight kicking off. It's kicking the boulder first is going to be our Earth Spirit. Nice control and good lockdown there onto the Darkseer. He is now down. Rezo, maybe still. Oh, actually, I did use the Flaming Lasso there. I completely missed it. And it looks like Force Major will not be able to escape. Nice plane break directly into the Syrian chains. Lots of fire here.
So a little bit of a mishap there happened from VP was that Darkseer had a bit of a Pikmin moment. When you micro a lot of heroes, you suddenly go on the main, like when you micro a lot of units and they go on your main hero, oftentimes you just want to bring your units back to protect you. But in this case, he wasn't thinking there's an ice path in the way, and he just kind of uselessly stunned both his Necronomicon units when he could have actually killed Jakiro just with the Iron Shells alone. So like I say, a Pikmin moment, right? Just calls him back to himself. Wasn't ideal for the Darkseer, but these misplays happen. It's really not that big a deal. You're playing a really difficult hero. Like this build on Darkseer adds so much complexity to the hero. It is not a build you can just pick up and play.
It was the, come on boys, let's get out of here, select all command move, right?
Yeah, kind of situation, and I understand it, by the way. I don't think it's the bad play most of the time. I would like to see a Helm, by the way. I think if he goes for the axe this early, the Helm is still very useful for a bit of extra team fight. Helm has always been really good on Darkseer.
We'll have to see here. The axe, of course, now, I think, did you already explain what the new axe does for Darkseer? Because it's changed again.
You can explain it if you want to.
Yeah, sure. It gives 2 charges of the Ion Shell.
Increases duration.
Increases the duration and also provides plus 350 health. It used to actually be a talent. It used to be like 450 health or something ridiculous.
No, it was around the same thing.
What?
Because they moved it to level 15 and they nerfed it a bit.
Okay. But that's what he was play position for quite a bit on the Darkseer. That was quickly nerfed though.
Yep. I really like. Honestly, I really like this build, and I like that he's going for the what's it called again? It's the Super Hood.
Oh, the
Eternal Shroud?
Yeah, Eternal Shroud.
That's it. I like that ability a lot, because usually with this build as Darkseer, you're spamming Iron Shells a lot. You do happen to tend to need more mana.
Yeah.
So the Eternal Shroud will help you. And the Eternal Shroud actually also brings you a bit of spell lifesteal. So it's a good alternative when you don't want to go full meme and go Octarine Core. Instead, you build the Eternal Shroud.
You don't want to build the Darkseer Arcana, which turns him permanently purple because of all that lifesteal with Iron Shell.
With me.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah,
that's what my friends and I thought. Oh, okay, he's got Darkseer Arcana.
Yeah. And this Void Spirit, that shell, it does look a bit weird.
Nice jump.
Ice Path? Can they control him in time? Macrofire's been dropped.
Yep.
They're gonna murder him.
Absolutely.
The Void Spirit walks into the lane, all of a sudden 5 heroes appear. It's crazy.
Just the 4, but yeah, definitely. I mean, Lil absolutely,
you're right, sorry.
Lil absolutely predicting that one though, like a boss. I mean, there was really only one feasible place that Void Spirit was going to pop out to dissemblate, right? He had absolutely no idea there were 4 enemies waiting in fog for him, and he just wanted to farm the wave. Little did he know he was setting himself up for his brother for a perfect stun into the Ice Path.
The choice as well by Lil. I mean, Lil is very known for his Earth Spirit. Of course, Visage and Io are the heroes that come to mind if you've known this player since its inflection.
Oh, yeah.
But Earth Spirit has always been a staple for him as well, so he's very comfortable on the hero. I don't think he makes many mistakes on him.
So the bad thing about Force Majors, until he does get this shard, his ulti, I mean, good luck getting that on Ember Spirit.
Yes.
Basically, Ember players, and probably every single Spirit player in the game, whenever they hear that roar, they instinctively press R on their keyboard to run away, because that's the moment to like, get the heck out of Dodge, as I like to say. They're going to smoke up though and look for a little bit of a fight, perhaps in the jungle.
It's also because that roar takes forever. So you hear the roar, like, oh, I got like time, dude.
I could kill him real quick.
Exactly. Especially, it's great when he tries to do the Nether Strike on you, and you slide the fist to avoid it. He tries it again, and then you like remnant to avoid it. And Spirit Breaker feels like he's stuck in Groundhog Day.
Or it's a Spirit Breaker cold snapped. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
I love that
so Clockwork when he's trying to run away from the Clockwork.
So many like beautiful things in Dota. One of my other favorite things that you rarely see in professional games is whenever a Batrider gets enough charges of the Napalm there for the 70% turn rate reduction. Actually, you just need 1 with level 4 nowadays.
Yep.
And he just runs around someone. You know.
Yeah, that's very good too.
Yeah.
The Spirit Breaker shard does help a lot with these interactions though. And this game, it is a consideration. It depends. I think the shard is a consideration where you don't think you can farm the Ags, because I do believe the Ags is still better.
It is. I agree.
And you don't farm a lot, so you really get a choice of maybe 1-2 items. But in this game, since you seem really poor, the shard is a great way to get a little bit of a boost and not have to commit too much.
Okay, so I think this is an interesting decision from HellRaisers. They're going to decide to look for a fight, maybe with a tier 1. They could potentially take Roche with this half duration of Metamorphosis, but they've decided instead to smoke up and look for an engagement. They might just find one here. It's only the Spirit Breaker, though. Got Milk? Not today, says Force Major. He's going to go ahead and run underneath the tier 2 tower.
That Michael Bay reference.
Got Milk? Is that Michael Bay?
He made that commercial.
Really?
He first got into.
I had no idea.
Fun fact, there you go. Searing Chains gets away, the Ember's fine, but there's something. Was there someone in the backlines they were going for? No, they just retreated.
Nah.
Okay. I want to look, by the way, can we compare for a second what Jug and Terrorblade are going for? So, that's actually perfect. Yeah, so TB has a Manta style for now, whereas Jug has gone for the Yasha Maelstrom. So Jug is more oriented to try to boost his farm. Seems like he wants to take this late game against TB. I think it's the right choice as well. And I like the mixed damage of the Maelstrom, because TB has huge armor, so you want that mixed damage. Well, it seems like TB is just going for traditional build. Not really concerned with Jug just yet. Actually, going for an early axe, though, to be interesting, which is interesting.
Getting rid of the scoreboard there to see another kill onto the Void Spirit. Once again, Lil and the Ember Spirit tag teaming the older brother. 2v1 a fight. That's why you never want to be the middle child.
That's true.
Or the older child, I guess.
No, because the older child is the older child has more.
Listen. You don't get a voice in this one. You're an only child.
I'm the youngest child.
Oh my goodness.
parents were both older than me, so by definition, I was the youngest one in the family. Fun fact, yeah.
Another smoke here for HellRaisers. My parents were also older than me.
Not a common occurrence. Anyway, the Earth Spirit. Let's see if you can find the Darkseer here. So one of the issues with this build, as they kill him, by the way, Lasso.
You see spawn a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this puts you in a difficult position because until you get Ags, usually Darkseer comes online with the first item, like usually Hooded Defiance or maybe like Crimson Guard, depends on what you're going for, right? And you're already ready to just do things all over the map. But with this build, until you get Ags, you kind of want to play a bit more defensively and farm extra. I like this Darkseer's farming in the enemy side of the map because that's creating space for his team, of course. But of course, that makes it harder for him to
Look at this.
secure.
I got him Scepter.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was Scotty or Ags, but I like this build. I think this is the perfect build. Maybe I would have gone for Scotty first, but I get the Ags. More meta time, dude. The new Ags is so good.
No, meta time.
Because it gives you 10 seconds, in case people don't know, by the way, it gives you 10 seconds of metamorphosis on top of the Terror Wave that the old Ags used to give you. So the old Ags used to be a Terror Wave when you were metamorphosized, you could use that ability. New Ags is much stronger because you can actually get a second metamorphosis, which is great for when you're trying to measure an engagement. When Kuman's like, I kind of want to fight this, but not too much.
They almost actually found Doug. Unfortunately, Lil, that time, for once, he can miss, ladies and gentlemen. He does miss sometimes. And that's going to be probably Jug counting his lucky stars, who's been farming for pretty much the entire game here. Maelstrom, Manta style, going for the full Mjolnir into the Aghanim Scepter, so no Mask of Madness build, which makes sense because he's not looking to play too aggressively here with the Omni Slash anyway. It's a bit too risky for him. Rezo is now having the Blink. He was going for the Blink actually here after the Boot of Travel. Oh no.
Trouble. Yeah, Flame Break bringing that nice Joe Scepter prevents the Flame Break. Here's the charge as well. They want to counter initiate here, and Ember is unable to stop the Nether Strike from coming out. But with Prodigy is not interested in the fight. Darkseer is coming in again. Earth Spirit is trying to get away. Omni Slash has been completely underutilized there.
Yeah, no, it bounced, I think, to the easy camp here, unfortunately.
That was not great. Now the Terror Wave, that's 10-second metamorphosis, is going to work for Kuman to get the skill, and he's going for more. His brother against brother yet again. He finds the chunk on top of that Mother Style to save him. They do leave down in Remnant, but the lasso's ready to ensure the enemy mid laner will not live to see the light of tomorrow.
Wow.
Well played.
All of that for 2 kills, too.
But I think HellRaisers is showing their, I guess, their veteran prowess, right? They really understood. I mean, this is not something you tend to see in like a Division 2 team. No, actually, you're going to find DSA. Nope, not if they miss like that.
Sorry, Lil.
Yeah, so they...
I'll get it next time.
I gotta whip my... He's a big fan of self-flagellation.
Yeah, he really is.
So most of the Tier 2 teams won't have the experience to not go high ground there. That was a very smart choice to wait until TB, keep it in the low ground, and then finally go high ground when he was ready to fight, together with Terror Wave to make sure he couldn't counter-initiate you.
And I think it was a lot. It was the ebb and flow of that team fight there. Understanding that within the game there are peaks and power spikes, but there are also peaks and power spikes within fights as well. This one.
Shakiro is all alone. He's like, I'm pushing the lane. Look at the space I'm making, and he's not wrong because he is making sure that the mid lane, which is pretty much it is a lane you want to keep push because you actually did manage to take the Tier 1 relatively early. You took the Tier 2 as well, I believe.
This is a dangerous spot for TB to be farming. We don't have anything to stun him. Oh, look how fast that Spirit Breaker is. One day, next day delivery right there for our Terra Blade, courtesy of the Darkseer Courier Services.
Yeah, that was... Okay, good search there. I guess TB wasn't expecting that. Maybe a bit of a hasty initiation there, or a hasty farm by the TB. Small mistakes there.
No, sorry, that's not a haste. That's called a surge. It was a surge.
I hate you. Surge initiation. HellRaisers, I just spoke about how veteran they are and how they don't make mistakes, and they go ahead and do that. So small things. These things happen. It's no big deal. Casters cursed them. Now the Roshan, though, is a big deal. They lose this. They give a lot more variability and versatility to Virtus Pro's lineup, as they'll be able to take your Tier 2s much more consistently.
Oh, that's going to do a lot of damage to Roche. Actually, probably help him out here a bit. He's going to be upset, though, and leave the base, as now they have managed to find the Earth Spirit. Lil in trouble, is now down. TB's back in 3 seconds. They do have a Tier 1 tower to rotate out over to, which is going to be a big advantage here with the HellRaisers, but they're without their Earth Spirit here. 40 seconds, and Roche falling so low. Rezo waiting outside of the pit. Didn't get hit by the Wrath of Nature. The blink into the pit. Has he got anyone? No, he is not. Lasso is a Wrath of Red, but not before the Omnislash will come out, and only one target here. See you later, Rezo says notice, and they're looking for more.
Yeah, they're looking for another kill here. here. Hopefully the Ember Spirit, ideally Law is in position, but he's a bit afraid of committing the second Astral Step, because then you're out of mobility and Terrorblade can just punish you.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he still does have this Terror Wave that you got to be scared of. No pun intended.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, something I wanted to talk about, though, real quick, just because now I feel like we can't. I'm just going to come up with an analogy. So in physics, you got like kinetic energy and potential energy, right? You know, if you've ever taken a physics class, basically.
Kinetic energy gain potential, or there's another one, which is the... Because you got potential energy that turns into something else.
It's kinetic.
Is it kinetic?
Yeah, potential and kinetic, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know, you're good. Oh, they found... Oh, no, they have not found TV, but they're going to scout him real quick.
They're going... I don't know what the Spirit Breaker is running to. He got a reflection halfway through. They really want to kill this Earth Spirit. I don't think that's the right choice, though. There's a TP here from the Jakiro. Kuman's nearby as well. They need to get out. And, yeah, notices this and leaves.
Yep. Anyway, I think my point is going to take too long, so I'll just save it for the post-game here.
Okay, all right. You were very excited about your physics.
It was, but it has to do here with how well that I'm seeing HellRaisers react and adapt to mid-fight here. As another one might be breaking out. Nice Yule Scepter, but into the Aether Remnant he goes. Another Yule Scepter. They're actually saving him from the Rolling Boulder. That's going to allow Force Major to leave, but he won't escape the Ice Path, and now a second Rolling Boulder will connect. Plenty of damage there, aided by the Medallion, and Young G gets the kill. Little whip there. Slap on the buttocks to his brother, as you do.
As you do. That's an American football thing, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
And baseball. And basically every sport in America.
Really? Mm-hmm. I don't remember if I used to slap people when I would play. I don't think so when I played basketball.
Oh, that's called a foul.
I used to do those a lot. Young G is deep pushing the top lane. It's probably the best choice they have right now, VP.Prodigy. Just try to cut lanes with NP, because you have that advantage. The Void Spirit and Darkshire can do that as well. So you can elongate this game to the point that when Jug is just farmed enough that they can just solo the TB, right? The big problem that I always mention late game is these guys are pro teams. These guys are at the top of their game. I know Division 2, but they're still like top, 0.01% of players.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
exactly.
Definitely.
So that means that doing a Lotus Orb to block the Omni Slash is actually not that difficult for them. And this makes it very difficult for Jug in the late game to initiate.
They just like randomly scouted the Fury in here. Cancel that TB nice and easy. They don't want to have to commit the last of this, and they won't.
All right, so they're going to kill DSA. Not a big deal. That's kind of what the NP is banking for, right?
I actually think that for some reason they just got the courier right here too, and that might have actually scouted him. I can't be sure, but that was a really random spot to just throw a sticky napalm from Rezo. So maybe his spidey senses were tingling.
Well, I mean, that was the case for the courier.
He saw the bat signal.
What is the courier? Is the courier also an owl, or is it the cat courier?
I don't know. I think it's probably one of the many roasts. Oh, it's the cat. Okay.
Can you imagine? I mean, when these couriers get made, like the normal cat courier looks nice, but then this golden cat courier feels like Midas touched him, and now he can't eat. He's no longer like a living being. He's just made out of solid gold. His organs pain him. It's like a pug, essentially.
Oh no,
it's terrible. Anyway, I think that this game is quite even, as we mentioned earlier, and in terms of timings, VP.Prodigy are playing much more patient in this game, which I appreciate.
Yep.
This Darkseer also transitions nicely to the late game, and oh look, he's actually going to go for the Octarine Core.
Oh, nice.
This guy watches my streams. Like,
he's going to be going for the Super Arcana here, of course, as he already has a little bit of lifesteal thanks to the Eternal Shroud, which, in case you don't know, is basically acts as a 1-mana hood that takes basically, if you take 400 damage, magic damage that is, you get 400 mana.
He is the purple god.
Yeah, this is what I mean. It's Darkseer Arcana.
Fun fact is actually Darkseer, breaks the game when this goes late because he has too many particles. So we'll start shitting fire. We'll see. Resolution and Troll, maybe. I think so. They could commit an Omni if they really wanted to here.
Yeah, but I mean, where could the Batrider go? Is it in the flames?
I mean, it's Resolution, dude. You can never discount him. He's gonna get away. Resolution's, yeah, he's safe. I'm telling you.
That was incredible.
Any other hero, fine. Resolution, this man is known. This man is too good. He is one of the safer off-laners out there. He is honestly Mumianer's opposite. He does not go for the unsafe plays. Occasionally he'll take a couple risks. He's not a bad player, of course, but he's the kind of player that wants to make sure that all his plays are sound and logical.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, is the utility of Boots of Travel on Batrider. That's why people like building them. That's why pro players build them and win games.
Yeah. Thank you, by the way. I think she's already in the chat. Shout out to you, Kips. Thank you for the document you sent us about the CIS information.
Hi, Kips.
Yeah, hi. We really appreciate that extra information from an insider in the scene. Because, of course, we study it from the outside, but getting the insight from someone that's been training the teams, that's next level.
The next level play, and now we have a couple more items here. We'll take just another quick check-in here. Aghanim Scepter for our Ember Spirit is going to allow him to be much more mobile here. Eye of Scotty completed for Kuman.
Oh, this smoke,
the team is going to smoke up here and look for a fight. It looks like we
slowing down the scoreboard.
We're really close to a lot of actually items here for VPP. They're not looking for a fight right now, but they've got no choice, especially this Darkseer who's been kidnapped against as well. Now is put in a wall of ice and completely murdered. Lil rather, looking for the Jug. Can't kill him all by himself, however, as they are going to be continuing to chase down the Void Spirit. He's going to be quite elusive, but not elusive enough for Young G, who now has 5 charges of remnants here and will be killed off.
Laurel is not having the best game this time. I guess because he's forced to give so much space to the Darkseer because he's playing a much greedier 3. Then Laurel's been trying to play more of a space creator, which forced him into more precarious situations, which leads him, of course, to die more. His score is not great, neither is his net worth in general. So,
are we going for 5 Ags on this? Is Team Aghanim Scepter here for VPP. I don't know if I've ever seen that necessarily. Oh, Jug is in trouble.
Now let's see if they can murder the Jug in time. Noticed. We'll try to get away. The Blade Fury activates Healing Wards. There's the Spirit Breaker, and he's hoping to continue this fight. Actually, they're going for a Alone. The Omnislash has been used, and Lil has been destroyed by the Omnislash. But that is just a support for your most valuable ultimate this game. Unless, wait, that was a Swift Slash. Actually,
it was a full Omni. I think it was maybe hoping to try and turn there onto the Ember Spirit, but didn't get the chance. That's the Swift now, and that's going to force then the remnants on out. As I thought he was charging to the Illusion Rune for some reason. He's like, no, I want it. He is charging, however, towards Resolution, who is going to be way too fast and too furious for him to catch out to. Yeah, Laurel not having a fantastic game. It'll get a little bit easier when he does have Ags.
What were you talking about, by the way?
Oh, everyone is going for Ags here on the side of VPP.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Even NP?
Oh, yeah.
That's what you were mentioning. Okay.
Yeah, he's got it even.
So, this Ags, by the way, he also has a shard. He's full blue, this man. There's some Ags. So, what Wrath of Nature does is it lowers cooldowns, is fine. But the big thing is that it entangles enemies now that it hits. So that means that it roots them once it hits them. And can be up to 3.6 seconds, I'm mistaken.
Laurel's in trouble here, potentially. Bad spot for him to be.
Let's see. The Bad Rider could be in trouble here, but he's still happy with kidnapping the Void Spirit. Nice Terror Wave there as well. They're going to finish off the Spirit Breaker as well. Turn him into a nice beef jerky. And let him go forward, hoping to destroy the Darkseer. His Surge got canceled halfway through. They silenced him as well, so he can't Surge himself again. And he's just perma-root at this point. Now let's take a second Surge. Dispelled by the Yule Scepter. Darkseer, this man just wants to be free. He wants to run in the prairie, but they're going to punish him.
No, he's going to have to now roam the prairie. That is the afterworld, I imagine, for our Spirit Breaker here. He probably goes off to a nice farm, I'm sure, whenever he's respawning. All right, that was a little bit silly.
That's it, Flash.
That was a little silly, you might be able to say. He's going to get a tip out from that one.
That will tilt him.
And okay, a good fight, though, for HellRaisers, and that's going to be the benefit of the Terror Wave. It's just such strong counter initiation. Darkseer sets up the wall, and Terrorblade's like, nah, I don't think so, dude.
Yep.
And what do you do then? It's a Darkseer. He tries to run, but Lil, with a very impressive rolling boulder, predicted that he was not going to run straight up and away, but he knew he was going to curve right around and cut, shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line.
Yeah, exactly.
Lil has a geometry class.
But it's also true, though, that when you do that, you will lose a bit of an issue because Surge does not increase your turn rate, which means that you actually, whenever you turn as Darkseer, you're trying to turn as little as possible because otherwise you lose the extra movement speed. So always a consideration to have whenever you're running away from as Darkseer. I think the BKB is the better. Thank you for pointing it out. I think the BKB is the better choice for sure. The Altering Core was a good idea earlier when you were winning, but now you need something to actually go into the fight.
Yeah. So there are a little known strategy actually. It's an Easter egg in Dota where if you all build Axe and Aghanim Shard, the enemy team has to fight Aghanim from the summer event, and so that can be a really.
Oh, this is like the Dragon Balls then, right?
I guess it is. I don't know. You lost me on that one.
Can you make a wish as well? Oh, let's see. Earth Spirits. Careful. There's the Yo-Yo of Death. This happens immediately. The Omnislash mostly stopped by the Yosef. Continue. Not enough damage to go. And now they can try to kill Noticed. Noticed managed to finish off Young G though. Kuman is forced to retreat. So they're still available. Takes still lasso. They're capable of destroying Noticed. And on top of that, a Void Spirit who had no business being there. They're going to go for DSA, which is a free kill at this point. Darkseer is trying to run away, but the Ember is having none of this. He has the Searing Chains, also the Yule Scepter to cancel that second Surge. The Ice Path is set. This combination is perfect. They're chaining these stuns to making sure that Celebrity cannot run away in time.
They're going for more.
Yeah, of course, Lil is going for more. He did it earlier. This time is the right play, but Lil is just tanking the tier 4s, dude. Okay.
Be careful there. We do have buyback on some of the heroes here for VPP. My goodness, it really is a thing of beauty here. HellRaisers, they're so darn efficient for on the movements. Not only did we see Young G wait to actually use the Searing Chains, because he could have easily gotten both. He goes, no, I'm going to give you hope that you're going to be able to charge away, and then I'm going to Searing Chains, just to make sure that there's absolutely no chance that they miss out on a kill there.
Yep. I'm going to go and take a...
Dire's middle tower
tower here, in addition to at least a lane of racks. Perhaps they could go top as well. It is enough to take 2 lanes. The TB, they might want to play this safe though.
Yeah, the meta's ending, so it's a bit risky. Yeah, Carl here with the Ags is not a joke here. It's not to be taken lightly, I should say. Especially here for the Ember Spirit, who doesn't actually have a BKB, so he can only purge himself off with the Yule Scepter. So he's incredibly vulnerable actually here to his old brother, the Void Spirit. Because there is plenty of follow-up stuns and lockdown here to follow. They actually nearly got him in that last fight. It was looking like they were just about to do so, but Rezo with potentially a game-changing lasso there, just hunting down and finding the Juggernaut to be able to take him down. Very, very well played fight there. But again, they're so efficient on all the spell usages. It's really, really impressive here to watch HellRaisers play.
I just love CS Dota is the beauty of the team fights, man. The comparison I always use is the Russian ballet. That's what it always reminds me of. Because they're particularly known, by the way. You guys ever have the chance to go to Moscow? I recommend you go watch a ballet, or honestly, St. Petersburg or any city. Go to a random town, ask if they ballet, get the town people to dance for you.
You don't want to watch Stravinsky's The Rite of Spring, however, because when that premiered, the crowd was so upset, they literally burned down the opera hall.
And that's how much Russians care about their dance.
That is a true story.
That is a big, that's why their Dota is so clean, dude.
It's really true.
Because if you don't play well, people will come down and burn your house down. Imagine, the fans are brutal.
Do not do that, by the way. That is a very bad thing to do.
Radiant are scanning.
As we'll be taking a look here. Up 5K though for the HellRaisers. 35 minutes into the game. A very fun game this one has actually developed into, as both teams now begin to skirmish a little bit more regularly now that the items are coming through. Lincoln Sphere here completed for our Juggernaut, so the one defensive item for him to try and hopefully block the lasso here for the Bat Rider. And I'm trying to think, what else do you have really to break through Lincoln Sphere this game, Avo? And the answer is Jack Diddley Squat.
Sorry, I was not expecting that. Yeah, you're right. That is why the Lincoln's is such a good idea. Do they have any 4-steps or Yule Scepters they could use? I guess Yule's on Ember, right? Jakiro's a Yule himself.
Yeah, they got plenty of Yules.
Okay, the Macropars would use. Okay, they stop the Jakiro first. The Resolution is just going to die to the Omni Slash. This time they know that Resolution is going to get away if you don't just commit your ultimate to him.
Absolutely.
So we're seeing a parallel with that player.
They're going to back off. VPP should back off. That's what HellRaisers would do. Yep. They know how to read the ebbs and flows in this fight. Actually, no, maybe not, because of course that was just the terror wave, not the full meta command there.
And they can still fight this. They have Gleipnir now on the Ember, which sets up for this initiation. The Jug does have a Monster Style. There's a Swing Slash use, but no Omni Slash available. Kuman is just going to hit whatever he sees. He's not too fast, but he can continue murdering everything. The Nether Strike will give him more space. He will instead just deal with the supports for now, as Little charges in and manages to finish off the SA. Kuman is just an aura of death, and they can't get close to him, but he can chase quite easily. However, the Juggernaut wants to fight thanks to the wall. That's using Terrorblade against him. Swing Slash's wall. Look at him just chase after Kuman. He has a Summer ready, but he doesn't have any targets. He's going to end up going down, and Jakiro will be the last victim of this engagement, as Lil says, I'm out of here. I don't want to be part of this comeback. I don't want to be blamed for this.
That's incredible. I actually cannot believe that VPP turned that fight. I thought that was going to go all downhill as soon as
that wall, dude.
Yeah, the wall, absolutely well played. Not only that, but the Swift Slash, perfectly timed there just to be able to get over that Ice Path. Probably would have ended up dying there on that Juggernaut had that been the case, because of course, Ice Path stuns for a decent amount of time, but now all of a sudden VPP are going to crack this game wide open.
Can you check on Celebrity for a second?
Oh, sure can.
Okay, so Celebrity is well on the way for his BKB. There's a consideration after seeing the wall now and the impact of this. They're actually giving him Aegis, that he might consider going for the One Punch Man build. He might consider going, actually, the reference is actually JoJo, by the way, for you little anime freaks.
Goodness.
It's not One Punch Man, but I like the name of that.
This is not the Alpha Anime Podcast.
No, but
I was reading this manga yesterday.
It was amazing, and it made me question life as a whole. Anyway, Darkseer, if he goes for that build, he'll get an extra illusion, a Terrorblade, of course, which is a really good idea. The stun is nice, but it's the idea, I mean, normal punch is a very complex skill, but just so you guys know, the more you're charging in, the more you've moved in the past X seconds, the more stun you get, and you always get an illusion out of this, and the more you'll push him out as well. And it creates a very weird anime kind of effect, which I love, and makes me like this game even more. The Ice Frog is clearly a weeb.
It's a lot of attention to detail in this game, which is...
I mean, it's a JoJo reference. It's so...
I mean, it's good. I love the attention to detail, actually.
Yes.
Whenever we cast with these headphones on, I always forget how good the game actually sounds.
Yeah, it's true.
It sounds amazing.
It does.
But lots of pushing going on here, as, of course, we do have ourselves...
Noticed?
The Necro Illusion. Oh, be careful, though. The charge, they're going to be... Oh,
what a flame brain. weak. Oh, that was Flamebreaker right on himself to make sure that it was immediate so that he could actually cancel the charge.
Yeah, Rezo should have trusted himself. He popped the BKB just in case he didn't actually get it off in time.
He's a safe player.
He's a safe player, and you have to respect, especially on your offlaner, you have to learn to appreciate things like that. Because if he's dead here, he does have buyback, but that's going to be extremely costly when you're already trying to hold high ground against an Aegis and a Cheese here. You're still up 4K, but already we've seen that net worth lead here drop quite a bit. Wow, that's experience. I was to say 20K, 7,500. Looks like we nearly peaked at here. It's going to level out here, probably closer to 2 lasso grand.
They're going to initiate here. Yolza to stop this lasso from being effective. They actually avoid the Terror Wave, though. So the Terror Wave forces them back, but none of them get actually hit by it.
Only the Spirit Breaker did.
Oh, the Spirit Breaker did.
But effectively zoned out, yes.
Yes. So it was a zone out skill definitely there, but if that Terror Wave, got hit, they might have been able to turn into a Void Spirit kill. So that's very important. Nice to simulate there. He actually went for the Shard as well, which we're seeing more in CIS than other regions. The Shard gives you an extra attack speed boost in melee form extra, but in Metamorph is a bit less. It's still decent. It's okay when you're 6-slotted. Noticed. All they go for him. I mean, he's just pushing with that word charge. They're going for the 4th batter at first. That's going to be the gem loss.
Got to buy back.
He has to buy back for sure, but there's no lasso available.
Oh, is it even worth it?
I don't know. They might just let these racks go.
I don't know if that's going to be the call. Gleipnir catching for 4, though. Is that going to result in anything? An Ice Path on a 1. As actually Young Gene said he's going to need to date the Revenant. That's going to be the charge now in, waiting for the vacuum. There's the buyback up from Rezo now. Is this big silence onto 2 heroes. Wall up the illusion drop. Kuman vacuumed right back into it as well. Pops his BKB, turning the fight. An Ice Path is going to be able to connect onto our Juggernaut here, but they're completely zoned out by the wall. As Rezo in trouble, up into the fountain he goes. But Force Major's going to chase him all the way there and get the kill. An Ice Path onto 2 as Lil now jumping on in with a big magnetized silencing and slowing 2. This Jug might just lose it, but he's going to turn with the Omni of all time. He's going to act onto 1 in a row. He doesn't even get a kill. He does onto Vanscore, but he will lose this Aegis.
Yeah, no, he will lose his life.
He will lose his life.
Celebrity also in trouble. Kurman's going to continue to get us under ready. So he's ready to just bait in the Aegis with a course on Darkseer. And that is a surprise to Kurman. Was not expecting to fight this little guy being so strong, but in the end he TP's back to the fountain in the middle of the Sprout, so he ends up saving himself just in time. And that team fight, that Omni Slash, Richie was just watching the Omni Slash go, and we're getting so excited, but the Yolster completely canceled the damage there, which is the reason why it didn't seem as effective as it could have been. They still get a dieback in racks, so it's not too bad, but it's not as great as they were expecting. The Omni Slash, as a Juggernaut, the difficulty of it is always that, right? Your hero seems to be built as a late game carry. Your Omni Slash really does scale well with your farm and your DPS, but of course the problem is that once you get into late game, there are so many items that can make your Omni Slash useless. Aeon Disc, Lotus Sword, Yule Scepter, Ghost Scepter. I mean, Jug is countered by half the items in the game at this point. Vanscore?
That's a good point.
Macropire on top of him. Ember's here with the Ags, of course. His remnants are so fast.
Right.
You're not running away.
He's basically everywhere at the same time. That's to now complete his BKB, so he's no longer as vulnerable to the Void Spirit, so can be a little bit more of an active force in these team fights. So be on the lookout for him if you can even scout him.
Yep.
I feel like the Spirit Breaker has been constantly 1,400 gold deep into this Aghanims out there for about 10 minutes now. Poor man has been selling his milk here for probably quite a long time. Unfortunately, not able to save enough money up for it. So he's probably the last of the Ags to be coming here for the rest of his team.
That's why they can't get their wish,
dude.
That's
why they can't get it, dude. Come on.
That's very... Okay, the Spirit Breaker is really holding them back this game, then. They need to summon the Aghanims now. I mean, at this point, HellRaisers might get all their Ags before you guys do. Because they have a fair amount. They have one in Ember. They have... Bat might consider an Axe this game, actually. That's a good way to deal with the Lincolns. You can lasso someone near the Jug, and it'll just go, and that goes through Lincolns, the second lasso. So it could be a consideration for the Axe. Yeah.
Okay, I could see it.
So that's the only reason I'm suggesting it. I mean, Rezo's going for, I think, a more appropriate build, if I'm honest. Less memey and less risky, which is the E-Blade. Again, suits his style, right?
Just take a quick look at items here yet again, just to make sure we're not missing anything. Jug, what are you doing with that Demon Edge?
I think it's MKB.
It ought to be an MKB,
or Rapier? Depends on his inspiration.
That's a good point. I don't know if we're yet at Rapier territory.
Look at his quick buy. No, it's MKB.
It's MKB. I think that's the most smart move here to counter the butterfly of our TB. He's just about to be 6-slotted, but the TB actually going for that basher into the Abyssal Blade, but there's going to be a jump. Rezo's going to find one man. It's going to be the Darkseer. This is going to be a big kill. Gets off the Yule Scepter. Has the BKB if he comes on down. Can't get the Yule. The vacuum out to 2. He's got even the Stormcrafter still alive. Somehow it's man fighting up. And there goes the TB. There goes the Jakiro as well as the rest of VPP back up their boy.
Oh my goodness, this Darkseer is insane. He actually lasted a TP pummeling him the whole time, and he proves size does not matter. He's being the true carry of this game. Resolution is the target, Force Major trying to get this counter kill. They do see him. He won't be able to cancel his TP. Resolution realizes it in time. Flame Bricks instead can still catch up to him. Notice this nearby. Resolution's like, guys, I'm staying. This is my new home. I'm not whatever. I'm done with this game. There's no way I'm going back.
They baited them. Look at that. They set up a little remnant in there. Well, come on, Reza. We were planning a nice surprise party for you. It was going to be cake and presents.
Guys like, no. This sounds like a trap.
I'm on a diet. I'm not having any cake. Thank you very much.
Instead, they're going to push here the mid lane. We do see a charge from the Spirit Breaker. It's going for the Earth Spirit, though. Go bottom. Low's in trouble. They want to kill him easily. And with another strike, it should be possible. They hex him and guarantee the kill. DSA has a hex? Yes, it does. This Major is crossed with 5.
They could force a fight.
They can. I think they can. They're going to force a fight for sure.
There's Meta and BKB.
And then does he have the Terror Wave? He does not. 20 more seconds. Ember's trying to push him away. He has the Clayfield ready.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. The Clayfield. Going for the Juggernaut. But notice dispels that illusion immediately. Wants to run away. They don't want to force any more fights. They already forced 2 really good buybacks.
Yeah, just like that, 7K up. My goodness, what a barn burner this one's turned into all of a sudden.
Yep. I think that Prodigy is actually bringing back this game, dude. Like the impossible is becoming a reality. Their Jug is farmed enough that they can actually beat the TP.
Hell, even the Darkseer's farmed enough to build the TP.
I mean, the Darkseer's the true carry, okay? His name is Celebrity.
Oh, you know what? Bloodstone there probably doing the trick there for him.
Can you check the level 25 talent that he picked up?
Can.
I forget. Oh, the Parallel Wall. Okay. Usually with this build, I like the AoE Surge more, but I think this game against the TB, Parallel Wall is the way to go. 100%. Now, all we need is the Weeb reference to complete this. This is a true story. Think about this. Darkseer was only position 3. He rose up the ranks, now being a position 2. Through
one
hard
day he
work
woke
and
up
effort.
and he's like, oh my god, I'm late to my first day of high school.
He went, oh, but you Juggernaut-sama, I'm not really sure if I can really carry this game. And Juggernaut, I trust you. You can use TV strength against them. And now, the resolution of the anime is coming forth. This is the end of the arc, and Celebrity has a chance to beat this game. I am so excited.
They can go for it here. HellRaisers, they're going to use that second smoke here, trying to go for the flanking maneuver, attacking the rear, but they're setting up the vanguard here already. Juggernaut is going to be leading the charge back. They're going to be trying to stay on the high ground here, I'd imagine. They do scout Celebrity here, and one Berezzo ready to make the jump. Smoke has broken as Laurel leading them towards perhaps death, perhaps victory here.
This really is a toss of the coin right now. Because these team fights all about who initiates on whom and who gets the first big ultimate off. Particularly for HellRaisers is a lasso, and for VP.Prodigy is some sort of control into the Omni Slash, right? To kill a big target. He went for the Shard by the Juggernaut, which gives you more movement speed on Blade Fury and also allows you to attack once every second in the Blade Fury.
More DPS as well, of course, which at this stage, it's not too bad. You're going to take those. Tier 3 tower here under siege. The rest of HellRaisers, though, still trying to set a trap here. I'm not sure how successful it's going to be, but it's a good position to be holding here with vision on the low ground. They might not expect him there. Oh, but there's going to be the jump. Rezzo, he's found his man Laurel. He steps too far. He's crossed the line, and there's now the parallel wall. Can they try and turn this? There's a charge incoming. Hexed up is actually going to be now RTB on the charge. It's a big one. It connects on the 3. Minotaur Horn as well. Can't get off the ulti, though. Kuma, he's going to be able to use the Manta in time. He turns and murders the counter. Oh, good. Breaking out. There's going to be the Omni Slash onto everyone as they're continuing to just go everywhere, and Kumon is dead. 3 heroes already like that. Notice with the double kill. Young King with the slash duration. BKB with the Swift Slash will force him back.
It was the TB illusion this game that actually ended up winning them the game. Ironically, HellRaisers was counterproductive, giving them all this farm to the TB. I love the Darkseer to become the true carry, and that damage from the Omni Slash was high, but so was Celebrities thanks to the illusions he was stealing, and now this might be game. They're going for Young G for perhaps the last time. They're turning into a pig. Now they want to collect his hand, and they will, as the cameraman avoids this because he doesn't like animal cruelty. No. It's perfectly fine, though, because they're going to take the towers now, destroying buildings as they should. VP will finally take this game, too, and this will lead us to a 3 with an incredibly aggressive comeback by this new squad of VP.Prodigy.
Yeah, that was incredible here. I thought that was going to be not quite a shoe-in, or a sure-win, I should say, here for...
Parang namatay na. Uy. Ngayon. Patayin ko na to. Patayin ko na. Hmm?